This week, I'd like to come back to a topic that I've covered a couple of times before in the last few years, the subject of gossip in the workplace. I've mentioned before that it can be negative, but this week, actually, and quite surprisingly, recent research has highlighted it actually has got some potentially positive benefits. My name is Jonathan Bradshaw, and welcome to this week's Metology Minute. Yes, hello this week again from the USA. I was due to be back in the UK this week, but plans have changed. I'm here for a couple more weeks, and I'm talking about gossip. Now, as I alluded to earlier on, I have covered gossip before. I've said that psychology suggests that probably gossiping negatively is not the thing to do because of something called spontaneous trait transference. It means that if I say to you, that person over there is negative in any way, or say something bad about them, you link those negative words to me, not the person I'm talking about. Spontaneous trait transference. However, that was in the past. What's the latest research saying? Well, a bit of an interesting insight undertaken by researchers at the University of California in Irvine. Their research was published in Social Psychology and Personality Science, that journal. And what they did is they asked a number of people to carry recording devices on them for between 2 and 5 days. And then they handed those back into the researchers who monitored the type of conversations that these people were having over the time. So let's look at a couple of facts. They found out that most people gossiped per day about 52 minutes. I thought that was quite long, but some people think it's quite short at the article I was reading. Anyway, the point here, one of the points, is that gossip doesn't mean negative necessarily. We've got this idea, I think, that if someone gossips about you, they're always being negative. Well, these researchers, University of California, found that only 15% of the research was in fact judgmental, really. So the rest of it was just banal chit-chat about other people potentially, but it was neither positive or negative. Now, I mentioned there's a couple of positives about gossiping. They're slightly strange, but I'll highlight them anyway. They're not from that specific research, but there is a lady called Per Eleanor Martinescu, a researcher at King's College London. She's done a lot of research on gossip, and she suggests a couple of things. She suggests that if other people are gossiping about you, the benefit for them is they actually find a similarity and become closer. Now, that doesn't help you in many ways, or in any way, but interesting stuff. I've talked before about how similarities connect people. Well, actually, if you and your co-worker gossips about someone else, it's possibly you share something there and you might be a little bit closer. The other thing that she mentioned, Ms. Martinescu, is that if at work we hear that other people have been gossiping about our poor performance or our behaviour, we are likely, according to her, to be susceptible to change that behaviour. We don't like it when we hear that someone is negative about us, and although we might take offence initially, we are likely to change our behaviour because we don't like to be criticised, I suppose. That's relatively obvious. Anyway, gossip, the pros and cons. Interesting stuff this week. I'm going to be here again next week, so back with another Metology Minute, exploring the fascinating science powering world-class people skills. If you want me or my team of psychologists to help your business thrive, head over to metology.com. You'll hear more about our keynote presentations and our one-day Metology masterclass on this fascinating subject. Have a good week wherever you are in the world. I'll see you in 7 days. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.